What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Heavy Duty Country. So I really wasn't planning on talking about this whole situation at the Oscars, and I'm not going to talk about it in most of the ways that people are talking about it right now. This whole thing was staged. There's no way that it wasn't. So I'm going to go through all the obvious reasons on why this was staged, and y'all can let me know what you think in the comments. First of all that was talked about on the Oscars in 2020 was that they sucked. Nobody watched them. Look at the ratings over the past 10 years. 41.62 million people in 2010 watched the Oscars. Maybe it's because back then they weren't as politically screwed up as they are now. In 2021, it was 9.85 million. That's 32 million people who watched it in 2010 who were like, no, this is stupid. So let's say you run the Oscars. What's an obvious idea to get those numbers back up? Create some drama. And then, of course, some of these news companies are in on it. Look at what CNN said. Oscar ratings surge after historic lows last year. Golly, I wonder why. There was a cat fight on stage and everybody's just losing their mind about it. I thought it was a funny option to just make some funny memes out of it, but that's it. Second, they need something to take the news off of Ukraine. Because Sleepy Joe's sitting up there saying that Putin is to blame for everything. Putin is the reason why our gas is so high.
Make no mistake, the current spike in gas prices is largely the fault of Vladimir Putin. There's nothing to do with the American Rescue Plan.
Результаты своих собственных ошибок пытаются свалить на нас. И это очевидная вещь для экспертов, потому что поставки российской нефти, скажем, на американский рынок не превышают 3%. Это ничтожно малая величина. А цены у них растут. Мы здесь совершенно ни при чем. И даже здесь совершенно ни при чем запрет на импорт российской нефти. Просто прикрываются этими решениями для того, чтобы обмануть в очередной раз свое собственное население.
We get 3% of our oil from Russia. 3%. Is 3% causing our gas prices to go up by $2-3? I know Sleepy Joe's a puppet and somebody's working his mouth, but whoever's behind the curtain, y'all need some new material. So how do you get all the attention off what Biden spews out of his mouth every other day? Have these two big actors get upset. Next up, apparently there's like a board of directors and the Academy of Awards or Oscars. I really don't know what they call them. I don't know why they hand out participation trophies, but they said that they're looking into this whole thing. So Will Smith smacks Chris Rock. We'll get into the actual slap in a second. And the people who run the show say that they asked him to leave and that he refused. But then they let him get up and give a 5 to 7 minute speech after. Pretty sure y'all have security there. You could have picked his ass up and walked him out. Next up, I have a little bit of experience in behavioral analysis. So let's just look at the behavior of these two fellers. Chris makes a joke.
Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Will Smith thinks it's hilarious. Then Will Smith's wife just turns into a total Karen. It's a joke. Chill out. If it's a problem that you have to shave your head and you're that upset about it or that much of a Karen about it, why don't you buy a wig? Just common sense. Clearly it's not in Hollywood either. But anyways, Will Smith is cracking it up. He thinks it's hilarious. His wife gives him a look and then he just walks straight up stage like he's pissed off. I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. Let's say this whole thing wasn't staged. Will Smith thinks something is funny. Then his wife looks at him. What would be the correct response for a normal human being? Hey babe, I'm sorry. Head spaced for a second. You've got a condition. That was wrong of me to laugh at that. Not, oh, you're upset? All right, let me go smack the crap out of this dude. Then let's get into the behavioral analysis of Chris Rock. Chris Rock is a comedian, and he's a very enthusiastic comedian, which means that he talks with his hands a lot. Watch how he's talking before this whole thing goes down.
Will Smith wins, like, please, Lord.
Hey guys, my name's Chris Rock, and I'm hosting the Oscars, guys. I mean, that's how he talks. Then as soon as Will Smith gets up,
Yeah. Uh-oh, Richard.
His hands go behind his back like he's handcuffed. Now, some will say that that is a submissive stance, especially because he has his chest pointed to the floor and his head out. Okay, that's a fair point. But what do you think Will Smith is coming up to do? Do you think he's coming up to tell you got your fly down and to zip your pants up? Do you think he's coming up there to fix your jacket, tell you you're doing a good job after his wife is crying over there? I don't know. The way he's walking, it kind of seems like he's going to go up there and do something to you. And you just got your face out there for him. Here you go, sir. I accept my punishment. Go ahead. Hit me twice if you want. Now let's talk about the slap. If this was real, Will Smith would not have slapped him like he was in a movie.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
This is slow-mo how he did it. You have no whip when you just move your arm like that. If it was real, he would have had a little bit of whip in his arm.
Wow.
And then he walks off and he's smiling. I'm sorry, I thought you were pissed off. So all of these things combined, there's no way that this was not staged. Oh, do you want to press charges? No. Of course he doesn't. That's why I just cannot stand news outlets who are covering this like, oh my God, he slapped him. Go watch a UFC fight if you really, really need to focus on this.